Commander Vex stared at the holographic display with growing unease. The massive vessel hung in space before them, its dark hull reflecting the distant starlight like polished obsidian. The ship was unlike anything in the Galactic Council's databases, angular, brutal, and radiating an aura of barely contained violence. "Scanning complete, Commander," reported Lieutenant Kale from the sensor station. "The readings are ... unusual." Vex's three eyes narrowed as he studied the preliminary data. The ship was enormous, easily 3 times the size of their own dreadnought. Its hull appeared to be constructed from some unknown alloy that seemed to absorb sensor sweeps rather than reflect them cleanly. Unusual how? Vex demanded, his voice carrying the authority of 20 years commanding Council vessels. Kale's tentacles trembled slightly as he manipulated the controls. "The ship appears to be completely hollow, sir. No crew quarters, no life support systems, no organic components whatsoever. It's as if the entire vessel is nothing but weapons and propulsion." "Impossible," scoffed Science Officer Nara from her station. "No species builds ships without life support. How would they operate it?" The answer came as their deep scan penetrated further into the mysterious vessel's structure. What they found made the entire bridge fall silent. The ship was indeed hollow, except for row upon row of mechanical warriors, thousands of them standing in perfect formation within the vessel's cavernous interior. Each one was identical, humanoid in shape, but clearly artificial, their metal frames gleaming under the ship's internal lighting. "By the 7 moons," whispered Vex. "Are those ... robots?" "Affirmative, Commander," Kale confirmed, his voice barely audible. "But the energy signatures are unlike anything we've encountered. Each unit appears to be powered by some form of contained antimatter core." Nara's fur stood on end as she processed the implications. "Commander, if each of those units carries an antimatter power source, this single vessel could sterilize an entire star system." But the horror was only beginning. As their scans delved deeper, they discovered the ship's true purpose. The mechanical warriors weren't just soldiers. They were planet killers, each one designed to systematically eliminate all life on a world before moving to the next target. "Sir," Kale's voice cracked with fear, "I'm detecting similar vessels, approaching from hyperspace. Multiple contacts, all identical to this one." The tactical display lit up with dozens of red dots, each representing another death ship emerging from faster-than-light travel. The human fleet had arrived. Vex had heard rumors of the humans, of course. They were a young species, recently discovered on the galactic rim. Most council members dismissed them as primitive, barely worth notice. They had no psychic abilities, no advanced biotechnology, no elegant fusion of organic and synthetic systems, like the other civilized races. What they had, apparently, was this. "Commander," Nara said, her voice tight with growing panic, "I'm analyzing the weapon systems on the lead vessel. The primary armament appears to be some form of relativistic projectile cannon. The secondary weapons, sir, they're nuclear devices. Hundreds of them. Nuclear?" Vex couldn't hide his disgust. "What kind of barbarians use nuclear weapons in space combat?" "The kind that don't need to worry about radiation exposure," Kale replied grimly, "because they're not organic." The communications array suddenly crackled to life. A harsh mechanical voice filled the bridge, speaking in heavily accented galactic standard. "Council vessel, this is Admiral Stone of the Terran Defense Force. You will withdraw immediately or be destroyed. This system is now under human protection." Vex straightened in his command chair. "This is Commander Vex of the Council ship Harmony. By what authority do you claim this system?" "By the authority of superior firepower," came the cold reply. "Your scan of our vessel constitutes an act of aggression. You have 30 seconds to begin withdrawal." 30 seconds? Vex sputtered. "This is a sovereign council world. We have every right to—" The transmission cut off. On the tactical display, the human fleet began to spread out, each ship taking a position that would provide optimal firing angles on the council force. "Sir," Cale reported, his voice barely a whisper, "I'm detecting massive energy buildups across. Their fleet, those projectile cannons, are charging." Vex looked at the overwhelming force arrayed against them. Each human vessel carried enough firepower to crack a planet's crust. Their own ships, designed for exploration and peacekeeping, were laughably outgunned. "All ships," Vex ordered into his communications array, "begin immediate withdrawal. Emergency. Jump to hyperspace." As the council fleet fled, Vex couldn't shake the image of those mechanical warriors from his mind. Thousands of them, each one a perfect killing machine, each one carrying enough destructive power to level a city. And behind them, the cold intelligence that had created them humans, who had looked at the vastness of space and decided that the only way to survive was to become something more terrible than anything the galaxy had ever seen. The humans had solved the problem of space warfare in the most brutal way possible, by removing themselves from the equation entirely. No crew to protect, no life support to maintain, no biological limitations to overcome. Just pure mechanical death dispensed by artificial minds that felt no fear, no mercy dot as the star streaked past his viewport. Vex realized that the galaxy had just changed forever. The humans had arrived, and they had brought with them a new kind of warfare, one that made every other species military. Might seem quaint by comparison, that the age of organic supremacy was ending, and the age of the machines had begun.